What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Destiny 2, and we are going to jump right in here to part 3 of our video series on Seraph's Shield Legend version, going through doing it solo, trying to get all 4 catalysts done for the Revision 0 exotic pulse rifle. This is part 3. We left off after finding the second exo body. In part 2, this one we're going to find the third one pretty quickly right at the start of this boss encounter. If you forget to grab it right when you come in, you can always get it after you clear this room. This is really the first part where I started to have some trouble. I didn't really remember what went on in this fight, and obviously it's a lot more difficult on the Legend version since you have so many ads coming at you. And I really was not managing the ads well. I wasn't paying attention to where they were coming from. I was kind of just tunnel visioning one spot of the map and still trying to get this stasis build to work. I'm not really super happy with the way the SMG was working out. And I do die quite a few times here. There'll be a couple deaths that I do show. I did clip some of the footage so you don't have to watch all of the attempts. I did pretty decently the first attempt, and then second and third went quite kind of fast because I started to panic and I was just starting to get a little bit down, like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this. And then I just took like a little 5-minute break just to get some water and just to kind of relax and just, take my time and be more patient with it. And I think if you're trying to do this for the first time, or you're trying to solo any content for the first time, it's really important to just be patient and remember it's going to take a little time to learn the encounters and learn how to do it. And so that's kind of what I did here, and actually what I wound up doing that really helped me get through this and helped me get through the rest of this entire solo attempt was I switched back over to my solar subclass. Now, I have a little bit of a better build put together on my solar Titan. I've spent a little bit more time on it. Solar is my favorite subclass on Titan just because I love being able to throw flaming hammers through the air and blow people up. So, number one, there was a comfort factor there, just being in the subclass I'm normally used to playing, not trying to make this stasis build work. And it's a little bit more forgiving as well, because you can stand in your fire and you can heal yourself and recharge your abilities a little bit faster. So that was kind of the strategy that I switched over to, and that seemed to help out immensely with my survivability, which, especially when I still get in that habit of tunnel visioning, if I can speak, one side of the map. And so having those solar grenades, having the little throwing hammer you can make guys explode with and just walk into the fire, it was a lot more forgiving than it was originally. I was also trying to use my BRX, the 55 Battler here. I just crafted a new one that's got incandescence on it and some other stuff, but it wasn't really working out too well. I was just trying some different options on my other attempts. I tried using Wither Horde, and it just was not working out very well. So we did get a couple of deaths here on this section, not quite as many as you will see coming up in the spacewalk part of this. But as we died each time, we kind of learned the pattern a little bit better. We kind of learned to pay attention a little bit more, and then by the end, I think the 4th or 5th attempt, I finally got it after, I don't know how, it's probably took me 20-25 minutes to get through it all, because it is kind of unfortunate. Once you do get pretty far into this encounter, if you do die, you have to start over at the very beginning. So thankfully you can reload your rally flag and get your heavy ammo. And then one of the mistakes I was also making earlier was just grabbing the heavy ammo right at the start instead of leaving it there for later on, so I could just come back to it later in the encounter and refill my weapons. I did wind up switching my loadout here as well. I went with my Taipan for my heavy weapon, and I basically just stayed with that for the rest of this entire run. And then I can't believe what else I switched over to. I can't remember if I stayed with Le Monarch or not, but that bow was pretty solid for me through most of this. I think I do go back to that at some point, but we eventually will switch into the solar subclass, and that's when we actually do manage to complete this encounter. Like I said, we got the third exo right at the very beginning, so that wasn't too bad there. And there's going to be one more exo we do have to get in order to get the final catalyst, and of course we'll get to that in the next bit. The next video that we do. But as always, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you do have any tips for soloing content in the game, feel free to leave them down below, because I definitely do want to get better at this. And having gone through this first time, going through kind of the learning process, I definitely I'm going to probably try to do this again at some point. I don't know if I'll ever go for the flawless on this. I don't think you have to flawless it to get the Triumph seal. I think as long as you go through and do it on Legend, you're able to get the seal. We're still working toward that as well. But I always welcome any tips. Like I said, I used to be a really hardcore player in Destiny 1 back when the game first came out. Destiny 2, I've never really been much more than a casual player because I keep taking really long breaks from the game. I'll play really hardcore for 3 or 4 months, and then I'll just take a break for like a year or year and a half between expansions. That's kind of what we did this time before we came back after Witch Queen had come out. I hadn't played since Beyond Light, and then I bought Witch Queen and never quite played it, and then I finally came back after about a year and came back for the Halloween event this past year and then did the Dawning, and now I've kind of gotten back into playing pretty hardcore here. I've got my season pass leveled up well past 200 now. We're probably going to finish the Seraph Triumph Seal. We're going to finish our Iron Lord Triumph Seal as well next time Iron Banner comes out. So definitely getting back into the game, really enjoying it. I got to really dive into the armor system and get my weapon patterns finished out. But feel free to drop any tips down below for doing solo content, what weapons you guys might use, because obviously I'm sure some of you are a lot better at this than I am. Like I said, it's the first time here and it does go pretty rough, but we do eventually get to the end, and I hope you guys will stick around and check it out. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.